Assistive Technologies powered by the cloud, using Immersive Reader in Office 365. Gary, in the last video we looked at an app that's based on a laptop which really helps learners to see text and turn the text into speech. We did notice it was a bit robotic, but now we have amazing technology that is unleashed by connecting the laptop to the cloud. So in other words, instead of using the app based on a laptop, the app is actually in the cloud and we're accessing a huge amount of processing power,
Absolutely.
Additional processing power to make life even easier for the young person. So could you just demonstrate some of those features in Immersive Reader as delivered through, I think it's Office 365.
Absolutely.
Yeah, looking at a document using Office 365.
Correct. So I'll direct you again to my laptop.
Yep.
As you saw before when we were using Microsoft Word,
Yes.
it's provided within the actual software on the machine, but like you gratefully mentioned, we can now access it online, etc., using the cloud. So this is Microsoft Word here, 365 online. What I've done here is open the same document again, but this time what we do here, we go into View.
Yes.
But this time Immersive Reader has its own little, for example, tab to be used within the software. Once I click on Immersive Reader on here, this again opens like it did before, but into a different screen, which provides you with much more options this time.
So it looks like from the icons on the right there, at the
Absolutely.
top, you've got text, you've got lines, and what's it, a dictionary?
So the first one, like you said here, is text preferences. So basically, if I click on it just once,
Yes.
this gives me different options to what I can now do with the text compared to the Microsoft Word on the
It's so much more advanced, isn't it?
Much more advanced, much more clearer. So first thing here is again text size. Being able to change the size of the text on screen. As you can see, it's enlarging as I move the scroll bar across. It can automatically increase spacing,
Yes.
which is done for you automatically. It also gives you choice of the fonts. Again,
Yes.
the most used fonts for learners within schools,
Yes.
to make text much clearer. The next thing down here, themes. Now this, for example, is something that you saw before within Microsoft Word, but this gives you much more choice. In a sense, when I click on a color, it changes the background color of the text. But with this version, because it's online, I've got a whole array of colors.
Fantastic.
So
and for some learners with dyspraxia, dyslexia, the colour choice is critical.
It's very critical. No, makes a difference to their understanding of the text they're trying to read on screen.
Wonderful.
So that's within the text preferences. The next item on here is grammar options. Now this was something that you did not see on the version within Microsoft Word on the computer. What this does and allows, for example, learners to do is to break up the text on screen. It provides you 4 options: nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs. If I switch on nouns, if you watch the text on screen, it then shows you what the nouns are.
Absolutely.
For example, for the learners who are EOL, this is English as a second language, this will be ideal
Absolutely.
to take them through. If I switch that off and then click on verbs, it now shows you the verbs which are on screen.
I can see this being such a useful tool for, as you said, English as an additional language learners, new migrants,
Yep.
but also older young people, not primary age, who struggle with reading. It's a really good way of using age-appropriate material, but still assist them with their information. And you've got the syllable breakdown as well.
Correct.
Brilliant.
Which breaks it down phonically for the learner.
And that final dictionary button.
Right, this one starts off with what's known as line focus. Again, this focuses on, for example, what learners see on screen.
Yes.
I can cut that down to just one line.
Absolutely
so that
brilliant.
moves everything that's around the student learner while they're learning, but only focusing on one line, so that's all they see. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to close down the line focus.
Okay.
And move on to what's called picture dictionary. Now what this does, for those students again who are struggling to read text on screen, this allows then an image to represent the word. If I place my pointer on a particular word and click on, this would then, for example, give me an image, and also it can allow me to sound out
Sense.
that word as well. So those who are struggling when reading and, for example, can't understand a word which is presented on screen, this will represent it with an image.
Oh, click on the word planets and let's see what comes up. Wonderful. And then you click on the sound. And
Planets.
you get to hear.
Planets.
Good to hear the word.
Absolutely brilliant. I saw another feature there when you clicked on that button which said choose a language.
Okay. Choosing a language. What this does is allow then translation of the text on screen. First, what we need to do here is to choose a language. Would you like to choose a particular?
Anything. Oh,
Okay, let's go with Cantonese.
Cantonese.
Cantonese. What this now allows you to do is, for example, is to translate either by word or by document. So what you can do with Immersive Reader is take a document and translate the whole document into another language, and this will make a big difference for a lot of learners, especially, for example, with learners whose parents who,
Yes.
for example, English as additional language, where you can send this then home to them.
Absolutely.
It makes such a difference. But using this on a computer, if I now come over to a word on screen
Yes.
and click on a word, it then, for example, presents it first as English, then presents it in the language that's been asked, and still, again, you have an image to represent.
Fantastic feature. And then finally we have the ability to do text to speech.
Text to speech. So again, having the text on screen,
Yes.
if I click at the beginning of the text, should allow me to start reading.
The universe is everything we can touch, feel, sense, measure or detect. It includes living things, planets, stars, galaxies, dust clouds, light, and even time.
Right. The quality of the voice is exceptional.
It's much, much better than the Microsoft Word version on your
when
computer.
it's on the computer.
Absolutely.
Well, just this tool alone in Office 365 opens up huge possibilities to support a wide range of learners from age 5 through to 16. It's pretty incredible.
The great thing about it, Microsoft has created it, it's free and it's accessible to everybody.